Does coffee actually help you live longer, or is that just wishful thinking brewed into every morning cup? The answer, surprisingly, is looking more and more like yes, sort of. While coffee won't grant immortality or reverse time, large-scale human studies consistently suggest that moderate coffee drinkers live longer and get sick less. That's not caffeine-fueled optimism. It's decades of epidemiological data pointing to real, measurable benefits. And all you have to do is enjoy something you're probably already doing. Let's start with the big hitters. One of the largest and most influential pieces of research comes from the NIH Diet and Health Study, which tracked over 400,000 adults in the US for more than a decade. The findings were as smooth as a well-pulled espresso shot. People who drank coffee, up to 4 to 5 cups a day, had a significantly lower risk of death from all causes, including heart disease, respiratory disease, stroke, diabetes, and infections. And this held true even when researchers adjusted for smoking, diet, alcohol intake, and physical activity. In short, coffee drinkers weren't just more energetic, they were sticking around longer. Then there's the UK Biobank study, another epidemiological titan, which looked at nearly 500,000 people. Whether participants drank regular or decaf didn't seem to matter much. The mortality benefits remained. That's a big clue. The advantage might not just come from caffeine itself, but from the hundreds of bioactive compounds in coffee, including polyphenol, diterpenes, and antioxidants that affect inflammation, insulin sensitivity, and liver health. But the evidence isn't just from the English-speaking world. In Japan, researchers followed over 90,000 adults and found that moderate coffee consumption, about 3 to 4 cups daily, was associated with lower risk of death from cardiovascular causes. Similar trends have been reported in studies from Finland, Italy, and the Netherlands. No matter the roast, the language, or the coffee ritual, moderate intake seems to come with a little protective glow. What's particularly intriguing is how coffee seems to reduce risk across a range of chronic diseases. Multiple meta-analyses and cohort studies have shown that regular coffee drinkers have lower risk of type 2 diabetes, by up to 30% in some studies. Lower rates of Parkinson's and Alzheimer's disease, especially in men. Reduced liver cancer and cirrhosis risk, especially in heavy drinkers. Improved cardiovascular health, including better endothelial function and lower risk of heart failure. Lower levels of systemic inflammation, based on markers like CRP, C-reactive protein. Now, this doesn't mean more is always better. The sweet spot seems to be around 2 to 5 cups a day. At very high doses, especially for the caffeine-sensitive, coffee can increase anxiety, disrupt sleep, or spike blood pressure. And how you take your coffee matters too. Loading it with sugar, syrups, or whipped cream transforms a health beverage into dessert with PR spin. It's also important to note that while these studies show strong correlation, they don't prove causation. It's possible that people who drink moderate coffee also tend to engage in other healthy behaviors, like walking to the cafe, taking social breaks, or just enjoying a moment of calm. But researchers have adjusted for many of these lifestyle factors, and the signal still holds. Mechanistically, coffee's health benefits likely stem from a symphony of effects. Caffeine mildly stimulates AMPK, a master regulator of energy metabolism and cellular cleanup. Coffee's polyphenol act as antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. Other compounds support liver detox, improve insulin sensitivity, and even nudge DNA repair mechanisms. In a way, coffee may mimic some of the metabolic stress responses that are normally triggered by fasting or exercise, without skipping meals or running a marathon. So, does coffee extend lifespan? The most honest answer is probably yes, if it's part of a healthy lifestyle and not taken to extremes. Moderate coffee drinking, in the context of large population studies, is associated with lower mortality, fewer chronic diseases, and improved metabolic resilience. It won't turn you into a superhuman, but it may help you function like a well-oiled machine for longer. And the best part? You don't need a prescription or a clinical trial to access it. Just a mug, a morning, and maybe a little gratitude for the humble being that just keeps giving.